Good morning friends, welcome in my channel. Today's topic is SMPS power supply. SMPS power supply is very important in all mobile chargers, laptop chargers, TV circuit and many other places. SMPS power supply is used. Here the diagram of SMPS power supply is given. Here first thing is this rectification section. This convert input AC voltage to DC voltage. This one is filter capacitor. Here it is MOSFET and control transistor and SMPS transformer. These things makes DC to AC, and finally it is rectifier. It gives output voltage. It is regulated 12 volt 5 ampere power supply. Now in details, this is the 2 points. Here we give 230 volt AC input. Then this is the input power fuse. 2.5 ampere fuse is here. If in case of any problem in this circuit, this fuse gets blown out and the circuit becomes safe. Then this is C1, L1 and L2. It consists noise filter or line filter circuit. Here high frequency switching takes place, due to which electrical noises is produced, so this line filters avoid this noise to go outside of the circuit. Then these are 4 diodes, D1, D2, D3, D4. It makes the rectification circuit. It is built circuit. Here AC input points and the positive point is here, negative point is here. So these 4 diodes makes this input 230 volt AC to 230 volt DC. Here we get approximately 250 to 275 voltage DC voltage. Then it is NTC. NTC is negative temperature coefficient resistance. Its resistance decreases with the heat. So at starting its resistance is high, and after flowing the current its temperature increases and its resistance decreases. So it controls the starting charging current of this capacitor. The C2 capacitor is used as a main filter capacitor. The supply voltage produced by these 4 diodes, it is pulsating DC. This C2 capacitor makes it pure DC, and this NTC reduces the starting charging current, and then after charging of the capacitor its resistance becomes low and full voltage comes to the capacitor. Then this part is the main circuit of SMPS power supply. Here it is SMPS transformer, primary winding. This is one part, this is second part, and this is feedback winding, this is output winding. Here power supply positive voltage comes from this winding to the drain of this MOSFET, and source is connected to the earth with this resistance. This is gate. It is connected to this 1K resistance and this capacitor to the feedback winding. So here as soon as we give the supply to the circuit, this 470K resistance, it gives a biasing voltage to the MOSFET, and it starts conducting current. So the current flows from this point through this winding to the MOSFET circuit, and it goes to the earth. Due to this current flowing, there is a induced voltage in this winding, and it gives the positive feedback through this capacitor and resistance to the gate of MOSFET. So the current goes continuously increasing. This is positive feedback oscillation system. Current goes continuously increasing, and at the saturation point, when this transistor gets saturated, means for MOSFET current is maximum, the increasing of the current current stops, and it reduces the voltage of this coil to the zero. So this voltage becomes zero and MOSFET stop conducting. At that point, the current flowing through this coil is discharged through this diode and capacitor and resistance. This is the discharging path for the main current flowing through this primary winding of the transformer. Then As this current is 0, again this voltage becomes positive and this starts new cycle of the conducting. So with this way, this is continuously pulsating and it produces the frequency of 15 kHz. At very high frequency, this current's make break starts, and due to this alternating current, output voltage comes in the secondary winding, and this secondary winding voltage is rectified with the help of this diode and filtered with the help of this capacitor. Then it is bleeding resistance, and then this output voltage comes to this point, positive and negative. This output voltage is 12 volt 5 ampere current, and a feedback circuit is given here from this 22 ohm resistance and this Zener diode. This is the optocoupler. Whenever the output voltage goes above 12 volt, with the help of this diode, this optocoupler start conducting this, and this output of the optocoupler, this voltage goes to this base of this transistor and it stops the oscillation section. So the output voltage reduced to 12 volt and then again circuit starts. So this is feedback circuit, automatically controls the voltage to the 12 volt level. And in addition to that, this resistance and this resistance, this capacitor, this circuit makes this transistor biasing and it continuously controls the output voltage to the 12 volt level. This is a Zener diode. It provides the maximum voltage to this point should not increase to the 18 volt, as it is 18 volt diode. So this is the expression part of this circuit. This part is basically rectification circuit. This is oscillation circuit. This is final rectification circuit, secondary side, and this is feedback winding. The working of this circuit is totally dependent upon the high voltage, high frequency oscillation of this circuit. So this feedback winding is very important, and here this diode, this capacitor and this resistance makes some DC voltage at this point. It will provides the DC biasing to this MOSFET. So I think this circuit is clear to you, and if you feel this circuit is useful to you, please like it, and if you are new to my channel, please subscribe my channel, and thank you for visiting. Thanks again.